David Grusch is a former U.S. Air Force officer, an intelligence official, whistleblower, and special advisor to Missouri Republican Representative Eric Burleson, who has helped lead the push for disclosure. He joins us tonight. Welcome back to Special Report, David. I want to get your sense of this release today, what you make of it, what you think is coming. What's next?
Yes, Brett, we should acknowledge this first tranche is certainly historically significant. The president is following through on his promises. Some of the information in this tranche certainly will be historically significant. Some will be attributed as prosaic natural phenomenon and upon further analysis. I believe further documents will reveal a lot of the other information that I got access to in terms of foreign intelligence on adversarial UAP programs and certain U.S. operations. However, that security declassification review is quite complex, and I would expect some delays. But I certainly fully support Trump's White House team on this declassification, and we should definitely applaud the president for following through. But do know that there's going to be some agency obfuscation.
That you said adversarial UAP programs, that's talking about other countries that may have recovered craft that are trying to kind of re-engineer it for their own purposes. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir. And there was also programs to detect and track UAP, very much akin to the UAP task force and other kind of outside the onion efforts over the years.
Okay, this is, we had you on obviously in November. We did a series of reports, and thanks for coming on back then. This is what you said then about the president.
Certainly the current president is very knowledgeable on this subject, and I really believe if Trump wants to be the greatest president and the most consequential leader likely in world history, he certainly has the knowledge, the capabilities, and understanding of some of these sensitive government transparency issues.
So you think, one, he knows, and two, he's open to transparency on UAPs?
He certainly is very well informed on this issue. Leave it at that.
Yeah, so you think he's opening up this door and knows a lot more?
Oh, yes, sir. And I actually went into that in detail recently. I did an interview with Chris Farrell on Judicial Watch, and certainly President was briefed late in his first term before COVID by a particular agency and was briefed on many of these issues, to include the crash retrieval issue. However, like I pointed out on Judicial Watch, certainly I don't think he's gotten all the information, and because of that agency's reputation, he certainly probably doesn't believe quite everything that he's been told, and I'm sure he's tasked his team in the White House to verify a lot of the other aspects that he was briefed on his first term.
You know, there's a lot of people out today saying this doesn't, advance the ball that much. I want to see the real stuff. There are a lot of documents out in this file, and one of them, just digging in here, Daily Mail first found it, but it's in the documents released by the Department of War. It's from the 1960s. It's an FBI report which says a few witnesses have reported seeing crewmen landed from these objects who are described as 3.5 to 4 feet tall, wearing what appear to be spacesuits and helmets. I mean, that's the first reference in this tranche to actual creatures, aliens, extraterrestrial. Do you know that to be true?
That is true, and certainly the U.S. government has recovered those biological materials, something I've testified to. And because of that, a lot of other cabinet agencies, to include, believe it or not, HHS, under RFK's leadership, will actually have to deal with some of the document triage that has resulted from some of these programs.
So what you're saying is we are on the cusp of getting a lot more details that deal with actual alien beings, however you're going to describe them.
That's certainly up to the president's team, and I certainly support them, but it has come to my attention actually recently, as of today, there are some actors within certain intelligence agencies, to include DIA and CIA specifically, that are actually blocking some of the president's presidentially appointed team and getting access and getting control on some of these historical records. So I really expect the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, Bradley Hansel, to take care of that, as some of that's under his cognizance, especially on the national program side, which is directly under his organization, to reveal some of the historical National Security Council records on this.
Obviously, there's a lot of skepticism out there. There's a lot of people saying, I'm not sure, but we're going to see. This disclosure is important. We've covered it from the beginning. David, we appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.